got a passion, got a dream. ETF is the team. Part-time funker, full-time bleed. Tune in now, set your spirit free. Feel the rhythm in your soul. Let the music take control. Every beat will make you whole. Dance until you lose control. We got the fire. We got the sound.
All right. Hello everyone and welcome to our next episode of PTF, Bole to Part-Time Funkar. And this is your host Rohan. Guys, from battlefield boots to barista brews, we are going to talk with Mr. Brad Rogers, who is a military veteran, currently on the mission to create a coffee community, experimenting with wild flavors and always on the hunt for the next best espresso. Or let's also converse on his good old military days. We are talking about Brad Rogers for the guest for episode 3 on PTF Bole to Part-Time Funkar. Brad, coffee, war, your service. What are the 4 top roles that Brad has been playing? Maybe if you could just introduce yourself with who Brad Rogers is.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me, Rohan. Appreciate it. Glad to be a part of PTF and its early foundational stages, and looking forward to its growth.
Thank you.
So 4 parts that I play in persons that we address.
Yeah, like 4 roles you play in your life.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Well, husband, right? Father, worker, I guess, really, like professional life, and then part-time. Right? A desire of mine to have coffee.
Awesome.
To drink coffee, look for quality,
right,
and bring that to people.
Right. So with all these 4 different balls that you're juggling, right? We will get on to the conversation to understand how Brad started with coffee, because today's episode is about your side hustle into the coffee business, or the endeavor that you are running so efficiently. By the way, Brad is the founder for Blue Stagg Coffee, and today's cup of coffee has been sponsored by Blue Stagg. So I'll take a sip. Thank you. That's much needed and it's awesome. So talking about your coffee venture, when did you get started and how did this happen?
Well, if we go way back, it started. So my very first taste of coffee was in the military. It started maybe in 1997-ish, where I was introduced to it in the field. We would do maneuvers. This is a basic training. So I made basic training, or in the field, and you only had 2 choices. We were talking about this yesterday or the other day. You had chicken noodle soup.
Okay.
No chicken, no noodles, just soup. Right. So, but they told us it was chicken noodle soup, and then you had coffee. So in the morning in Kentucky, it's extremely cold in the winter time, and it was either those 2 choices. So I got tired of chicken soup, and then I started drinking coffee because I noticed my friends, they would have this just crazy energy. So I started drinking coffee. It wasn't the best thing in the world. It was really really gross. That kind of introduced me to the world of coffee, but just at a very basic level.
Got it. So that was more of a forceful, not even an option, I would say, right? Like a choice.
I mean, it was an option between that or chicken soup. But
did you ever think that maybe one day I would like to venture into coffee as a business?
Yes and no. It wasn't at the forethought. At my forethought, it was just something I really enjoyed.
Right.
I would visit coffee shops, and I was always looking for new coffee shops just to get a different taste, a different vibe. But my priority at that time was to focus on a career that I felt like was within my wheelhouse, my educational background. My background or my occupational skill in the military was military police early on, the Army Guard side, and now the Air Force side of security forces. So I always stuck within that realm, and my degree is in criminology. So I was
Criminology.
criminology, yeah.
That's pretty interesting.
So,
Okay.
so I wanted to stick with that background, kind of what I knew, or thought I knew. It was so vast. There's so much going on in that field. But so I applied for the state police, got hired on. Still love my coffee, but I wasn't getting the quality of coffee with where I was at, because there was just, coffee wasn't as big during that time as it is now. It was growing because of Starbucks, right? They had a coffee shop on every corner. It seemed like.
Exactly.
But we talked about earlier with their beans and what they do. So it's
Talking about today, let's talk about Blue Stagg, the brand that you have started. So a favorite question would be, let's say if someone offers you a blank check, what vision do you have for Blue Stagg to look like, or how does the brand flourish in your mind, where I hope you reach soon?
This is the fun part you guys were talking about.
No.
Okay. World domination. I mean, if I had a blank check and money was no object, I would say, just bringing. But so it's okay. So I actually have a little in my planning phase. I jokingly labeled it world domination. And it's just a joke, right? But in there, I started thinking about, okay, if I was going to be like Starbucks, what would I do?
Yeah.
What would Brad do? What would Stagg do? And it's funny. So I would make it geographically centric. I would focus on regions. So let's say I open one in the Philippines. So the Philippines has 3 different varieties of beans. I would look for the best combination, and there are coffee shops already they've mastered it. There's a fantastic coffee shop in my wife's hometown, and they just expanded. So they have a very good cup of coffee.
But there are always disruptors. So.
Oh yeah. So, but if I had a blank check, I would focus on different regions. India, for example, the Sumatra, very earthy flavors. I would Indonesia, I would focus on those regions with coffee, and just create different flavor profiles based on the taste geographically. That's what I would do if I had a blank check. That way, it ensures success, because Starbucks may not be the best or somewhere else. Coca-Cola actually did that.
Right. Yeah.
That's where I got the idea from. I was watching a documentary on Coca-Cola. And I was like, what if you did that with coffee?
Awesome thought.
Yeah.
And I like the hunger. Trust me.
Well, if you know anybody with a blank check, let me know.
Yeah, sure thing. We are on the lookout, okay? And this is Blue Stagg Coffee just getting started. So, with regards to your military experience, right? Yeah. And today, being a business owner, what kind of military skills do you think you have been adopting in setting up your coffee, whether it's operations or just getting the right flavor, or exploration with the experiments with the flavors and stuff?
Yeah.
Moving on to the next segment, Brad, I think with Blue Stagg, you have been definitely amazing the community around with your distinct flavors, whether it be cardamom chai latte, or lavender flavored cappuccino, or the cinnamon, what's the honey thing?
It's cinnamon honey.
Cinnamon honey latte, yeah. So I have this very cool idea to interview a barista or a curator like you. And I call this section as Brew It or Screw It with Brad. How does the name sound?
This is the fun part, isn't it?
Exactly,
Okay,
it is.
Right.
So it's gonna be very simple. What has happened is, we spread this news around folks in a big community that, hey, my friend is having his coffee pop-up shop. Any flavors that you might want to suggest? Okay. Disclaimer, there are some crazy people out there, but there are some real gems, all right? So now it's your time to say whether you would brew it or whether you'd screw it. Ready?
All right.
All right, let's go.
Go.
So, the first one is a pickle latte. Sour, salty, steamy, the brine meets the bean. Brew it or screw it?
Yeah, screw that one, man.
Okay.
That just doesn't sound interesting. Would I give it a shot? Once.
Okay, the next. Spicy jalapeno mocha. Sweet, spicy, a mix in between.
I wouldn't do jalapeno.
Okay.
I would. Oh, that's interesting. Because you have like a variation of Aztec hot chocolate, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Then not choosing jalapeno, I would brew it.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, the next one. Maple bacon espresso.
Oh man. Oh. Ooh. Maybe on a donut. I don't know about coffee, but maple bacon donuts, yeah. From Gibson in Memphis.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but coffee wise, but it's real.
Screw it. Okay, all right. The next one is, this one seems to be my favorite as well, but lavender cardamom latte.
Oh yeah, man, I'd brew that one. That's actually interesting. I might give that one a go. Try to do
there you go.
a combination of it. Yeah.
Sure. Sweet corn iced latte.
Oh, that's interesting.
I know you want me to email you this list later for the ones that you're
send it
sorting
to me.
as brew it.
Oh wait, where are you getting these from? Just people? Okay.
This is PTF all about.
Okay, all right. So sweet corn. You know what? I think I'd brew that. I'd be interested to see how that would turn out.
Awesome. Okay. Well, the next one is blue cheese affogato.
No, I'm gonna pass on that one.
All right. Good. Glad. Oh, next one is this has got a bit of a Thai flavor to it. Coconut curry cortado.
Curry.
I was kind of anticipating that expression.
I don't know how curry would do with coffee. Have you had this before?
Never. No ways.
Okay, all right.
I would screw it.
Hey, man, there's so many different, coffees out there. You would be amazed. And we talked about regions and people drink, a variation of coffee. So you just never know.
Yeah.
I would say screw it, but willing to maybe a dash of curry just to see how it would turn out.
Okay. So
it's a savory
Give
thing.
it a-
It's not a sweet thing.
oh yeah, no, it would be a savory. Yeah. So
I'm gonna say screw it, but I'll be willing to inch.
okay. The next one, peanut butter latte.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Talked about this,
Always,
right?
Right? Yeah.
So I tried it, but I tried it in a different, I tried it as an affogato. It didn't turn out the way I anticipated, but
Okay.
I think there wasn't enough sugar in the peanut butter.
Hmm.
So I think that has something to do with it, and I think if I prepare it differently, I'll brew it first of all.
Awesome.
But you see how my mind is working with
Yeah.
how would I transfer
Already,
this
right.
into something
Yeah.
drinkable, right? Even with the cord, I'm like, you could do that, elote, I don't know, latte or something.
Yeah.
But, I would definitely brew it, but yeah.
Awesome. So last two, old-fashioned espresso.
Like the old-fashioned drink.
Kind of getting inspired from the old-fashioned drink, but in an espresso.
I'd say I'd brew it.
Maybe this one is for those guys who maybe have taken a small little break from boozing down or boozing out and are like, hey Brad, get me an old fashioned, but make it a cappuccino.
I would brew it and serve it in my I have a flask bottle that I've used or
okay.
using, so I would brew it
Yeah.
in that. So that way it's kind of like you get the vibe. I think.
But under the hood.
Yeah, Christian was like, I wouldn't drive around with that bottle.
Yeah.
Police would see that, like, oh, it's drinking alcohol. It's a flask.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
I
but,
see.
no.
Awesome. And the last one, maybe this is for kids or maybe not, but bubblegum espresso shot. Or maybe a bubblegum frappuccino.
We're going frappe.
Brew it.
I'd probably brew it. I mean, I would try it.
Yeah.
But I don't know how it would turn out. But that's an interesting combination.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so I think out of the 10 weird world flavors, I think you have like almost 4 of them that you have said brew it. So
Okay.
I'll follow up on that later here. So what story does
Yeah.
this say?
So thank you.
Yeah. Sure.
So the color blue. So the color blue is one is my favorite color, right?
Yeah.
And so I just didn't want to do any blue. I wanted to look for the right blue, obviously.
Yeah.
There's a few varieties of blue out there that stand out the most. And what I'm looking for was like a touch of sophistication and elegance. Sorry, put this back up. A touch of sophistication and elegance that would highlight that blue. And looking at a lot of brands, a lot of your high-end brands, I started thinking about, merging a variety of those. So let's take, for example, an excellent tea company out of England, out of the UK, Fortnum & Mason. I love their blue. I love their teas. I was getting their Earl Grey because it's my favorite Earl Grey, which is another drink I'm experimenting with.
Yeah.
But actually, no, experimenting a different way. But that is like kind of a greenish tinge to it, and then Blue Bottle, which is a really pretty blue. A lot of your other brands, so let's say Tiffany & Co. was another
very distinct
blue,
like their signature.
Yeah.
It speaks about the brand.
Oh yeah.
Right.
So I started looking for this color code, this color palette, and so that's what I ended up with. Really pretty blue greenish. It's a combination of those of the intent behind what I was looking for, anyways. So sophistication, elegance, and then the again blue, my favorite color, Stag. So the Stag is, I spelled it differently. I just thought it looked better with 2 G's.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
That works.
But Stag, just a deer. It's on my family crest. So there's like, it's 3 deers. So what I wanted to do was capture antlers in the logo, but I didn't know how to do it without it looking too manly, very woodsy, and how can I blend that with kind of what I'm going for.
Right.
So if you look at the logo again, you'll notice the antlers, but those antlers look like hands as well. So as you're looking over the cup of coffee, you get this really relaxing feel, this relaxed, serene moment. It's like you get your cup of coffee, you're just kind of hovering over it, taking in the aroma,
nice,
and just relaxing. So that's kind of what I was going for. I was playing it with a different design. It's more of a Japanese design with like simplicity, but I changed it, and I wanted it more like latte art. Wow. So we came up with the 3 designs in there.
I see.
And
can we have I can just hold it.
So so we have the 3 designs. So again, here's the antlers, so they're like hands.
Right.
So you're looking over. Here's that Japanese influence that I have.
The yin yang kind of.
Kind of like that, but it's kind of like the it reminds me of like peace and serenity. Right. In the middle, you've got 3 kind of latte art looking.
Yeah, the amazing piece of art.
Yeah. So, and then on the top, it's a heart. Okay. So that heart is actually kind of special, right? So that those 3 is basically just my family, right? So it's me, my wife, my daughter.
That's beautiful.
And the heart is because of our philanthropic arm, Children's Heart Foundation. Okay. And the heart is she had open heart surgery, so she was born with congenital heart disease. Right. So she had what they call double outlet right ventricle. Okay. And so going through that experience, and at first I didn't even consider that, but started thinking about it and refining the logo over time. Wow. That's what we came up with. I see. And so that heart it's all that and with the hand, so it's like a
that's so beautiful. Amazing. So if you could talk a little more about what is the philanthropic arm about, like any the cause that you guys are supporting, and how does Blue Stagg also kind of promotes or supports?
Yeah, the Children's Heart Foundation is our choice. We are donating 10% of our earnings to that foundation to help with research, to fund research. It was a really a lot of the research that that came out of that benefited our daughter. So we feel like we want to give back to that community. We want to give back, donate, help other families as well. Eventually, what I like to do is also donate to is Ronald McDonald House, I think. Yeah. So they help provide food.
Okay.
So when we were in the hospital, we get lunch and dinner. I think it was lunch and dinner, and so that was really nice because we didn't have to worry about. My wife was there all the time, and I would go home, drive back, so that food allowed to her escape the hospital food, which is not always known for being the best, right? But this is at UCSF. It wasn't bad. They had a better like, nutritional menu, but it's just the food was kind of bland, it's overcooked.
Right.
So it wasn't as good, but these meals were fantastic, and they were provided by that foundation that helped ease that. You don't think it's much, but it actually adds up, and it alleviates some of the mental strain. For families,
especially with such critical situations. Getting support is so crucial, right? And support in any form. It can be just maybe your friends, or it can be through such meals or donations. That's fantastic. And I think again, maybe I'm kind of circling to a community, right? For example, these days, like now with coffee, there's a community out there. And with such philanthropic initiatives, I think folks should always give it a thought about how a little contribution can make the ocean get wider.
Right. No, I mean a lot of, so I worked at St. Jude a long time ago, and I think it costs like a crazy amount of money just for one day. So they get a lot of their money from donations as well. And I just seeing how those donations go into funding research, keeping the everyday business of a hospital running or research lab running is like so involved. So giving 10% is only a drop in the bucket, but it does contribute. 10% over time adds up.
Exactly.
So
that's the whole point. And in fact, I would really request you to maybe put out some information if anyone from our viewers would like to donate, and I would make sure that in the description we provide the links for any donations that you can make. But Brad, if you could kind of like for these foundations, if you could just give or share some information, maybe like what foundation the name is, there's any website, and how can someone donate.
Children's Heart Foundation, and you can donate through me and just label it donation. That way I'm able to differentiate and put it into its pot to be donated at the end of the year.
Fantastic. This was Brad Rogers. I have a little thing for Brad from our merchandise sponsors, Messy Hustlers. So Brad, this is for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. By the way, that's a coffee mug from Messy Hustlers, and I mean, those guys have been also pursuing lately a lot of creative crafts around customizing several personalization mugs and magnets and a lot of cool stuff. You may want to take a look. Sure. I see the little kid with the curiosity in it. So go ahead.
Wow, very nice. Okay. Right. Thank you for sharing your voice, your story, your journey. Speaking of, thank you so much for letting me be a part of your journey as well to start that. So,
absolutely. I mean, I am really happy and feel blessed to know people like you who are inspiring. And I would like to just maybe put one last comment. I really get inspired by the warrior in you in general, because life has got so much to it, and always getting back and going is the thing. So thanks a lot.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you for, again, letting me be a part of this journey as well. So,
absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, sure. So this was Brad Rogers with his story for Blue Stagg Coffee. And with that, we come to the end of this amazing episode on PTF, Boleto Part-Time Funkar. Make sure you guys subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's PTF Podcast. And throw throughout the love. All right, this is Rohan logging off. Thank you.